Alright, let's just get this going. Why is Twitter always going to be such an ass? Oh well. Alright. Sharing the link around. Ba, ba, ba. Hello, neighbor. How you doing? Good to see ya. Glad you could make it. Ah! Hey, Nacho. How you doing? Hello, Hydra. Hi. First thing that came to mind was the opening of the Darkrai movie. I got Darkrai on the brain right now. We'll talk about that. I got a couple things to talk about tonight. Intense Tempe. Everything that I just typed is going into the tweet that announces this stream. How y'all doing tonight? Currently working on getting Twitch set up. YouTube be after. Yeah, I saw you were getting yourself set up there. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's put this on. Alright. We'll put this on in the background for now. It's loud enough to even pick it up. Oh, no, it's not pick it up because I don't have the proper audio thing set up. No wonder. Yep, got a really good 1080p capture card for Christmas. Nice. I gotta get a better capture card. Like, the one I have, it's an Elgato HD60, but it's not HD60S. We're doing a liveness. Nice. I have an HD60, and it was I got it like a couple of months before it became legacy hardware for them, so they don't support it anymore, and it's like a absolute disaster trying to get any kind of support when it doesn't work. Like I just have to go looking around online, so yeah. But it's an external. I should be finally able to record me playing BD2 here soon, specifically for the Atom Percent Sphere. Nice. I'm debating rebuying the game just so I can stream it on my PC over Christmas. HG60 Pro Gang, I wish. God, how much I wish. Music coming through all good, guys? The lo-fi I got on? I think it is. Should be. So yeah, we'll just chill tonight and talk about stuff, watch some YouTube vids. HG60, yeah, see that's the one that I wish I had. I don't think that's the one that you have to put into the computer or whatever. I think that one's external too, if I remember correctly. Let me know, Hydra. Hello, Circle Guard. Circle Guard Squid Game. Bruh. Am I about to get Squid Gamed? Am I going to be put in a death game? I still haven't watched it yet. I'm planning to watch it this weekend, I think. I'm excited for it. 60S is eternal. External, yeah. Pro is internal. Gotcha. Yeah, I would prefer the 60 myself. Had a heck of a time saying this crap up because I'm not that fluent in all this. Yeah, it definitely takes a bit to get used to. But yeah, I would want the 60 myself, for sure. So yeah, the reason why I brought up Darkrai is because I've been getting back into Pogo lately, Pokemon Go, and Darkrai is just today at 10 a.m. local times. He is now the legendary involved in raids, so I'm going to be catching as many of them as I can. Adam, you're here. Good to see you. He's here. But yeah, Darkrai hit the raids today. Again, he was in there last year or the year before that, probably. I forget when I stopped playing. I haven't played for a year. Yeah, I didn't touch it last year at all. I did the year before because Darkrai was in. But he's back in for Halloween. Hello, another D20. Nah.
Ready to make savings.
God damn you, YouTube. Ruining my lo-fi with your ads. That's fine. I'll just mute the ad and then skip it. And today I've already caught 2. Don't get deleted by YouTube again. I'm trying to be careful. Yeah, I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna be a little more careful watching stuff tonight. I'm honestly like super surprised that. So I went and looked. Had my first midterm, did well at 90%. Nice. I wish I could say that much. Oh, it's Nya. Gotcha. My apologies. Yeah, I wish I did that well at my midterms, but congrats to you, Adam. That's awesome. So yeah, Darkrai came out today at 10 o'clock, and he's, if you didn't know, he's my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, I'm Veggie. This is well established Red Nova Tyrant lore at this point. I am an edgelord. I've already caught 2 of them. I already did 2 raids today. Increasing my total Darkrai count to 6. Not as many Darkrai's as I have Mewtwo's, but I intend to change that hopefully. I want to get a good one this year. I either want to get a shiny Darkrai or I want to get like 100% or like really high 90s Darkrai. That's my aim this Halloween. And he's gonna be in there for like another week or 2, so yeah, I'm excited. Where's all the Giratinas? Let me check. Hold on. I don't remember how many I have. I know I have 1 Origin Form Giratina. For Altered Form, I have 1, 2, 6. I have 11 Altered Form Giratinas. I mean, if you use a name like Red Nova Tyrant, I'd be more surprised if you weren't an edgelord. True. I'm gonna sign out of Pogo before I start catching everything around me and losing attention to the stream. But yes, I have 11 Altered Form Giratinas. That's the one with the big stampy legs. Only 1 Origin. So, only 1 Origin Form. Yeah. We already got 8 people in. May as well tell the story that I wanted to talk about today. So, does anybody know the Flash game? My username is Rita Hydra and I love adorable crap and cats. Fair enough. Does anybody in here know the Flash game? If I say the name, Robo Slug? There was a Flash game that I came across as a kid called Robo Slug. And I kind of sucked at the game. It was a platforming shooter where you like it. I would say like a Metroidvania kind of thing where you just run and shoot shit, platforming. I don't know. I don't know if I'm using that term correctly, but whatever. It was a platformer with a man with a gun, side scroller, sure. I don't know. I'm bad with words. Anyway, I always sucked. I've heard of it and saw a friend of mine play it, but never played it myself. All right, so I played the second one when I was a kid. Is it Metal Slug but in Flash? Yes, I believe so. Contra Scroller, that's a good term. Yes, thank you. Okay, I remember that's the term I've heard for before. I just don't know what Contra is, so doesn't mean a lot to me. But I would always lose on like the first boss or the second. I'm over here playing Card Fight Vanguard. Nice. You would want to talk to Sham. Sham, I think Sham's played Vanguard before. The cards in that game look nice. I love the card backs for Vanguard. They're so good. Bruh. Anyway, so I'll get on with the story. The thing that always caught my attention and made me keep playing that game was the main song. I loved the main combat theme. Like, the normal level theme for that game was awesome. And I doubt I can find it. We're going to do a Google search. We're going to go see if we can find Rebel Slug 2 somewhere. I'm going to doubt it because it was a Flash game, and Flash games are dead. Well, Vanguard 0. Okay, Newgrounds doesn't work. I'm just going to try a couple and see if there's somehow any of them that will make it work. But I'm going to doubt it. Oh, wait. Is this one actually loaded? I hope it does. It does. Oh my god, it's so loud. Holy shit. Okay, sorry. My ears are dying. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Just a minute. Okay. I got it working on this one site, I think. Alright. Enemy robots, you can shoot stuff. Okay. This isn't the theme that I'm thinking of. Okay, WASD. Start. Oh my god, I'm completely invisible. Oh, but the song's playing at least. Okay, this is the song. Oh, this is broken as all hell. But, this is the song. Red Ascending to the Forgotten Lore. I don't want to move too much because I want to activate the boss fight. Yeah, there's nothing for me to do, but the song's playing. Now, a couple of you are probably going to recognize this. I never knew what this song was until tonight, because I was like, I'm going to try and see if there's any Flash games. Let's look for Rebel Slug 2, see if I can play it. And I just found this link while doing the searching now. This song might sound familiar to a few of you. I never knew that this was somebody's remix that they did for this game, apparently, of the opening theme for the YS games. YS, I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. And I listened to that theme, and I'm like, oh, I'm so happy I know where it's from now. But this version just, oh, it's so good. Anyway, yeah, that's sorry. I just want to show that off. I love that theme. Oh man. Excuse me. Yes. Is it why? I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it is? Is it ice? Is it eyes? Or yeast? How do you pronounce that game series? It's just literally the letters YS. I've never played is, so no fan, but man. Yeah, hold on. Like, I'll pull up the part for comparison. That song slaps, though. Like, here's the thing that I was going to pull up for comparison. This is, like, from one of the newer ones. I'm only going to play, like, a second of it because this will more likely get a copyright, so... So you see the similarity, right? And by similarity, I mean it's the direct inspiration for that song. But you say it like ease. Ease. Okay, ease. That makes sense. Thank you, Adam. Are they good games? Would you know? Has Adam played them? I feel like Adam, you recommended them to me once, or asked me if I ever tried them. I know you asked me about series of. Is maybe the same people who do Trails. Trails are called Steel. Yeah. Okay. There it is. We always find our way back to Trails of Cold Steel. I do want to play them someday. I'll pick them up the next time they're on sale. It was just the Steam Summer Sale. Like, there were other games I wanted to get because I just got a new PC, and there's like so many games that I've been wanting for ages to play, and I'd already spent enough on the Summer Sale as it was. I was like, I can't commit another $100 to buying a collection of games that I don't even know if I'm going to necessarily like yet. So, but I'll pick it up the next time because I'm approaching the end of Dark Souls 3 base game. I'm almost finished that. I've been playing that on my own at home, and I'm loving that. There's only one boss that actually tilted me off the face of the earth, and that was Dragon Slayer Armor. Fuck that thing. I haven't played Persona 4, but I'm going to save that for another day. Maybe stream it. We'll see what happens. Atlas is a hard one to get along with. Let me turn this up. There we go. I already played through Metal Gear Rising on stream. Did I buy anything else? I think those were the main ones that I bought. God, Metal Gear Rising was so good. Dark Souls 3 is a weird one. I still have yet to play it, but I definitely prefer a lot of 1 and Bloodborne and Sekiro to it. Dark Souls 3 is like the first Souls I've actually like sat down and started playing through. I tried to start playing through the first one on my friend's Xbox. I got to the graveyard, and I went through the graveyard, and I know I wasn't supposed to go through the graveyard, play Fortnite. I don't even have the space on this Mac to play Fortnite. Maybe someday I can be convinced when I'm home over Christmas or something to play Fortnite on my PC. But, play League, but, like, ironically, I don't want to int. Well, I could play ARAM. I might load up some ARAM tonight or something. We could rip some ARAMs. I was going to download Golf with Your Friends, but the internet here at my X university, X being a placeholder. That's the word I'm looking for. Fortnite would kill that Mac. You want your tower. Yeah. I'd be down to play BB with you. Bloodborne. I wish I could play Bloodborne. I don't have a PlayStation, though. I know there's like a way you can do it like through your computer or something. I've read about or heard about, but I might try that sometime. Yeah, Fortnite would kill my Mac. And I was going to download Golf with Your Friends or Dungeon of the Endless tonight. Fortnite Bravely Default Dancing. I was going to download Dungeon of the Endless or Golf with Your Friends tonight, but the internet at my university is just so bad. Emulation. I will consider. PS Now, that's what it's called, right? Or are you saying to buy a PlayStation now? Sadly, 60 FPS for Bloodborne is still flawed because the game's code is a mess. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Oh. But yeah, no, I've really enjoyed playing through Dark Souls 3 so far. Emulate Fortnite? I think he means Bloodborne. I could download No, the PlayStation stream is called PS Now. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it was the first one. Emulate these nuts. Bruh. What are you doing? I don't know. I'm not going to load up League yet. I don't want to chase everybody away yet. Could watch some YouTube or something. Yet. We'll save that for later when we are completely out of things. Don't worry, it'll be uninstalled soon so I can make space to edit the Heavensward review. Maybe tonight I can tease the intro that I made. It's cringe as shit, but I'm really proud of it, so there's that. Because I finished the intro. Tell us of your D&D campaign. D&D campaign? When did I bring that up? Did I mention that in the last stream? It must have been. Where's the book even? Oh, I'm blind. It's above my computer. Okay. Maybe that might be a good stream idea. Maybe get some people together and I DM my... It's 2021, there is no cringe. Tell it to Nikocado Avocado. Or Nisiam. So, for my D&D campaign, I'm still... I kind of took a break on reworking it. I have, like... If I were to start running it, I could do it because I have, like, intro session, Ups in the Night, Under Magic. Like, I basically have 4 to 5 sessions reworked. Because this is so, for context, this is a custom campaign that I wrote last year, or the year before that. Like, the last 2 years have been a blur. And I played with some friends here at my university. It was my first time ever DMing. And basically my second time, technically third time playing D&D 5e at all. And I just wanted to try out DMing. So I was like, I got an idea for a story. Let's do it. And I used my big fancy hardcover notebook, those ones you can buy in like bookstores and stuff, and just hand wrote all my notes and maps and all the stuff. Like, as you can hear. And I ran through it with some friends, and they really enjoyed it. And I got some good feedback from it. We did finish the campaign, which is a really good sign. If you weren't aware, D&D campaigns are notorious for not finishing, either because they go on for years on end, or just some internal bullshit, or external bullshit, like just getting too busy and stuff, just results in a campaign falling apart. And 5e isn't too bad to run. I like 5e a lot. It's very, very friendly. I like it a lot. I've tried 2nd edition before. My father wanted to run that with me. It definitely feels old. But I kind of like 2nd edition because it's got that very... You do feel weak as all hell, and I kind of like that in like when I'm in a certain mood. But for a general D&D feel, 5e is like the perfect thing I'd want to feel. So I could like, I don't know, it's chill night. I'm the one doing the stream. I'm the one leading this here. I could give some information about this campaign that I made. But yeah, maybe like sometime I could like run the campaign on stream and become the next Critical Role. Finish campaign is a hecking merit. Yeah, no kidding. The 2 campaigns that I've played for 5e, not ran. This is the one that I ran. The 2 other campaigns that I've played in 5e, one of them we finished, quote unquote. The other one, it fell apart because it was just too busy. And the problem was, it wasn't like the players hated each other, but because of the way that the characters were established in the party, everybody was just kind of at each other's throats, and it just was not conducive to a cooperative party experience. So, Yeah, there's a movement of indie tabletop RPGs for old school D&D, but that's more BNX than AD&D 2E. Yeah. Thankfully, Trails comes on sale pretty often. That's good. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for it then. If I got some money sitting around and I can spend, I will pick it up because I do want to play it. You keep recommending it, and I have some friends who keep talking about it, and so I do want to try it out. Yeah. I don't know. I could read the introduction to the campaign. I don't know what I'm doing. I am awful streamer. We'll put this away. If people want to hear the introduction, I'll pull it back out. Let's see. What else can I do? You know what? Here, I gotta use the washroom. I'll be like 1 minute. You guys in the chat, let me know if you want to hear me read out the introduction to the campaign, like the premise. So I'll be right back. I return. I know what you're doing. You're streaming. Good point, Nacho. I would like to hear, but I'm a tabletop RPG nerd. Yeah, I would love to play more D&D. All right. Jeez, this playlist has a lot of ads. Skip. All right, I'll give you guys the intro to the campaign. It's a little bland, but the first thing that happens in the campaign, I think, is a bit more of a hook than the premise, and I could explain that. So, the world is Mundus. It is misshaped, and at its center, fervent and fruitful, with many forests and mountains and plains, lined by a beautiful ocean to its north, which carries a handful of islands. But beyond that, craggled rocks, stinking tar pits, and scorching deserts reign supreme as far as the eye can see. Many wars have been fought for control of the heart of Mundus, eventually resulting in the victory of those with magic, mages, paladins, and nobles, while non-magical folk are forced to become rangers, rogues, and thieves in order to survive. The Duff are now frowned upon within the heart and are forced out into the clifflands. Druids, animal folk, monks, and fae wander between the mountains and forests, neutral to the pride of the heart's residents and the struggle of the waste's denizens. The people of Mundus believe there was a conflict between the gods that reflected this turmoil during the last war, where they tossed out their brother Furak, a god now commonly worshipped by the desert dwellers. Look, you're new to DM, being bland is fine. Within the heart, there have been rumors of a new war on the horizon. Red-cloaked bandits have been spotted roaming the mountain edges that make up the east and west boundaries of the heart. Even more rare are the whispers of strange creatures popping out of the Elder Green at night, and the slowly increasing number of disappearances in the region. And the gods who don't seem to be answering prayers. Within the wastes, the same worries plague its people as they just try to get by. The latest harvest has not been kind, and so many young Duff try to leave home and make for the heart in hopes of finding a better life. But the fear of the red-cloaked gangs that have been wandering around makes people scared to travel the roads. They fear this group may try to start a new war with the heart, a conflict they can't afford right now. So that's the campaign premise. Pretty right to the point for typical fantasy yada. Yeah. So the main thing that I've been reworking for the campaign is adding more side quest stuff, because I just kind of only focused. I cannot hear the heart without thinking of Heart, the City Beneath. A game, I take it, or another. RPG, yeah. Okay. But yeah, the main things like I'm reworking are like making it less railroady, because I didn't force the party to do anything as much as I could, but I kept it very how do I put it? Like I gave them pretty much as much for agency as they wanted. I just tried to give them enough incentive to want to go along with the plot line, and that was kind of like all I had really planned. And I would improvise anything else that came along, which was DMing. But I didn't have a lot of side quests or extra stuff on the side. So what I decided to do with the revamp is I'm adding in a lot more side quests, additional content, stuff like that. Yeah, so that's the current plan. Yeah. I would love to do a D&D stream, though. Although, I don't know if a stream might be as good as doing a series, because I don't know. With a stream, like, people could be influenced by chat to do certain things and meme around, which, like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with memeing around, but I wouldn't want chat to have an influence on the party, you know? Like, I'd want the party to make their own decisions. So, yeah. And it's also a matter of, like, finding people who wouldn't mind being streamed. One-shots are a thing. Yeah, one-shots do exist. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I did do a one-shot once. I forgot about that. So I've been in three games before. 2 campaigns and one-shot. One-shot was fun. I got to play a monk for once. I always wanted to try a monk. Hey, Bella! How you doing? Good to see you. Mimi ran his base. That is true. I just mean like getting distracted by chat, or like just listening to their every suggestion and going off on a whim. That kind. Like, there's nothing wrong with Mimi Ran. Okay, you know what? I finally figured out what I'm gonna do tonight. Or at least for now. To keep us entertained for like the next 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to pull up, let me see. In my first campaign I was ever in, I was the scribe. I take very, very thorough notes when playing D&D. Been busy, but holding on. How are you? How are you today? I'm good. I'm glad you're holding in there. Hey, Red, have you heard of that game Final Fantasy IV Heroes Late? Hello, Zawaldo. Yes, I have. I would love to play that game someday. I want to. The one only time I tried to play D&D, I played a bard whose strength and either intelligence or wisdom were both 1. So I couldn't speak or play my instruments. So what did you do? Could you do anything? That's amazing. To be honest, I haven't streamed TTRPGs with chat on, but I imagine the players might get distracted by the game. Okay. But yeah, here's the thing. I have my scribe book in front of me for the campaign that I quote unquote finished. What I mean by finished is we've reached the ending with one party of characters, and then we were thrust into a sequel campaign right after that with a new set, but we didn't continue on past that very far. My charisma was 20, so I was the team cheerleader through various grunting noises. Oh, wow. Hey, intelligence is a dump stat, my guy. Props to you. That is... I love it. I love that so much. That is such a wonderful... Oh, man. Okay. Now, this campaign book, scribe book that I have, is 31,000 words long. I recorded everything, even like the moves that occurred in combat. So like I can go to pretty much any session. There's only 2 that I missed, I think, and I can like read through the whole thing if I want to. I'm not gonna read you a 31,000 scribe book tonight. I know someone in chat, probably Nacho, is gonna meme and go, "Do it, pussy." But I'm not gonna subject you guys to that unless you really want me to read you the story of Riggedy Jones and the party. Look, intelligence is a dump stat for a part. Exactly. It's a dump stat for like everybody except for Artificer and what's the other one? Wizard. Can't believe I'm getting called out like this. Look, you would say that, wouldn't you? Wizard. Yeah, that was the other one. Anyway, the reason why I bring up the scribe book is because there are countless examples of memeing in this scribe book. There are so many good examples of us do it, pussy. You make a convincing argument. I do want to read this entire book now. No. I'm gonna bore people if I do that. But like we did an impromptu drunken frozen breadstick fight between party members once, which was one of the funniest moments in the campaign. What was another time? There was a time where I yeeted a demon at a hobgoblin captain. If the Knight's Nexus consumes all knowledge, would it also consume all memes? The memes! Yes, absolutely. The Knight's Nexus requires a hearty balance of knowledge and memes. The campaign does start as a bit of a horror story, though, because of one player. But after they were removed from the campaign, it got infinitely better. Confusion, but I'm loving it. Epic. That's good. A balanced diet, yes. D&D. Oh, it's that one. Yes, it's the Riggedy Jones campaign. Yeah. Yeah. Riggedy Jones was my character. And he's still my favorite D&D character I've ever made. I remember you complaining about them every week. Yes. That character. Yes. Oh my god, that was... Alright, you know what? I am going to read this. I am going to tell the story of the campaign. Because I feel like that might make for some interesting discussion in chat. Do I have anything I can like put up as an image? I want to change the beach for a minute. Do I have my drawing of Riggedy Jones? Oh, please. I do. All right, hold on. All right, just a second, guys. I gotta put up my Riggedy Jones image. So, for my first ever D&D character, I decided to go with, like, the weirdest thing I could possibly come up with. I'd like to introduce you This is my, like, quick drawing that I did of Riggedy Jones. But is it Old Man Henderson? No, it's not Old Man Henderson. Right, I'm not going to read this. Still not going to read this. I probably won't read it. Fuck it, we're reading it. Yeah, quite literally, AIM. Quite literally. Alright. Let's get to it. This is a character rundown of who was in the campaign. There was the DM. There was Rose Faye, a dragoon, who eventually became a sorcerer. There was my character, Riggedy Jones. There was Lieutenant Wolf von Stroheim. Yes, based on the JoJo character, but not actually the JoJo character. Although the class he wanted to play was basically made him a half cyborg because he was an evolutionist. There was Ulog the Breadmaker, a barbarian sorcerer. And he was an orc. And then there was also Wanrir Killsteel, who was a warlock, and Zabuza, the barbarian. We will get to that very soon. But so you know, Ulog was not in the campaign at the start. Ulog joined in later on. So, in session 1, or rather session 0, because we decided to play a little bit, it is a Tuesday. Wanrir Killsteel leads Riggedy Jones out of hell. Okay, so Riggedy Jones, I'll finally explain. He is an undead, Oathbreaker, Bugbear Paladin. Or sorry, undead, Bugbear, Oathbreaker Paladin. It's an absolute mess of a character, but I loved him to death. He was so much fun to play. We decided that because I'm undead, as a paladin, all of my healing does necrotic damage. That's going to be important later on. So, it is a Tuesday. Wanrir Killsteel leads Riggedy Jones out of hell. So Wanrir was like a ghost. He's like a corporeal Skyrim ghost. They crawl out of the cellar door under an altar in a church where Zabuza is getting healed. Wanrir fires a bolt at the priests and angers them. Jones says he means no harm and starts to walk out. Riggedy Jones is just kind of a very, I don't give a shit. Not like edgy, just like very grumbly. Whatever. Let's go. Yeah. Kind of that kind of thing. It starts with literally taking people out of hell. That's metal as fuck. Somehow. So I can give some context for it. So Riggedy Jones was probably, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but like out of everyone's backstories, me and Rose probably had the most fleshed out backstories. Riggedy Jones was a bugbear that joined a legion of paladins called the Bronze Ladies. He became a commander after years of training, and one day led a group of soldiers to basically a city embedded in a mountain. And this was like at the beginning of a technological age. So, like, technology was just starting to really advance a bit, because this was kind of like a little more high fantasy campaign. And basically the entire army got destroyed by Elkin's fire. And Riggedy Jones and all of his men were sent to hell. Now, originally, the god they worshipped, Blue, who was a demon, promised them that they believed they would go to like a warrior Valhalla, the Bronze Ladies. Turns out they just go to hell to listen to Blue the demon plays fiddle horribly for all eternity. And one day, the god of chaos Rakdos makes an offer to Riggedy Jones to steal the bowstring of Blue's fiddle. I don't know what you call it, just the bow, I guess. And he's like, hey, if you give me Blue's bow, I'll let you out of hell. And Raging Jones is like, well, maybe if I get out of hell, I can find a way to get all my dudes out of here. All right, yes, Rakdos from Magic the Gathering. Yeah. So Jones is like, all right, I'll do it. And Wanrir was just his guide. So Jones managed to steal the bow and ran out of hell with Wanrir. And that's how he ended up here. So now he has to someday eventually get the bowstring to Rakdos. So, Jones says he means no harm and starts to walk out. Zabuza is ushered out of the church as well. There is an explosion at the guard barracks as Stroheim passes by on a horse. Smoke pours out from under the doors, and people are grumbling and yelling at an aura, yes, from Final Fantasy, the half-dragon person, that's being kicked out of the building. They're yelling at her, screaming at her. That is Rose. Jones and Wanrir go to the smithing guild hall to get Jones's armor loosened off him. Oh, that's right. Okay, this is going to be a bit nostalgic for me. Jones's armor, because he was literally like a 500-year-old... Did I join mid-campaign? Nope, this is literally session 0. This is how we started. This is the start of the campaign. Complete, straight up, a hell portal opens up under a church altar and outlocks 2 of the PCs. That is the start. This is level 3 start. So, the thing is because Ricky Jones is a 500-year-old skeleton dude at this point, all of his armor was like rusted into his bones, so he had to go to a smith to get it like hammered off of him. And then Wanrir goes to the dwarf leader and frightens her by asking for quests. Jones goes to get his stuff fixed up, and when it's done, armor is also likely indestructible. That was it was really bad armor, like the lowest tier armor, but we just said it was like indestructible because if it's lasted this long. He goes to the tavern. Zabuza has already gone into the tavern. Okay, so this is where I need to talk about Zabuza. Zabuza was not somebody that anybody in the party knew. He was put into our game at request of the store owner because we're playing in the local game store. And we're like, yeah, that's fine. Even as a first-time, like a real first-time 5e player, I knew that there were red flags, especially when Zabuza asked her in character creation, can I dual wield greatswords? And I kind of scratched my head and I kept my mouth shut and I was like, oh god. Just thinking about it is like driving me nuts. When I walk into the tavern, take a guess at where Zabuza is. And you can take a guess at what he's doing. He is doing the stereotypical standing in the dark corner. No. Yes. He was doing the typical edgelord. I'm gonna stand in the corner in the shadows, watching everyone. It's like, I'm like biting through my tongue. Please stop. I'm an edgelord, and this is making me cringe. Jesus. Pardon me. It was so bad. It was like session 1, guys. This is the first play session, and this is what's happening. I'm dying. I am Strider, like Lord of the Rings. I am a unique lurker. Exactly. Dual wielding great swords. What did he get? Plus 80 strength and New Game Plus as Demon Souls character? If you're gonna be edgy, do it right. Be Ibuki. Fair enough. Be Ibuki. He did have one great sword though. We will get to more of Zabuza's shenanigans in an instant. Yeah, I think the wording that he said was he sits ominously in the corner. Zabuza then notices the undead bugbear that's in the tavern and walks up to him and offers it soap. And in an attempt to make our initial conversation, like meeting, less edgy than it was inevitably probably going to be, Rickety Jones just extends his skeleton jaw and takes a bite out of the soap. And he's just like, what's this for? I had no other idea what to do, because I did not want to start trying to match edginess with this man. Wanrir caught up. If you're going to be edgy, seal someone's every orifice of their body with magic by accident. That's a good one. I like that. Makes me think of Bill Cipher in Gravity Falls. He's like, oh, wow, that's a great idea. How about instead I rearrange the functions of every hole in your face? And snaps his fingers, and the guy's like eyes switch places with his ears, and his ears are in his, yeah, it was, that scene was fucked. So anyway, Wanrir finally comes up. Here's something to know about Wanrir's player. I was just about to say that. I love Gravity Falls. Such a good show. Wanrir, I need to point out, his character wasn't really... It was more just a placeholder for his character, and not like in a self-insert kind of way. More like, I just want to play D&D, so I'm just going to put myself in the game kind of character. And Wanrir had a habit of being very easy to provoke, both in-game and in real life. He's very easy to set off. It's funny how dumb you are. Really. I'll be right back. There's these children I need to make into corpses. For my turn, I light a cigarette and take a single puff, staring out of the window into the rainy darkness of the city at night. I put the cigarette out on my arm just to feel something. Wait, hold on. I can make this really funny. Hold on, I want to make this funny. Where is it? Just a moment. Okay. For my turn,
We really need to update this.
I light a... Fuck at your ads, YouTube. Pardon my French. I'm trying to watch it because I know Bella's in here and it upsets her. And I should probably do it because YouTube doesn't like the swearing. Anyways. For my turn, I light a cigarette and take a single puff, staring out of the window into the rainy darkness of the city at night. I put the cigarette out on my arm just to feel something. I take 7 damage. That is my overly elaborate joke. I don't want to say the full context of the orifice thing because it's pretty bad. Yeah. No, that would be pretty bad. Okay. Anyways, so Wanderer, as I was saying, is easy to set off. Just like as a person in general, and therefore his character is easy to set off. So Wanderer comes up to the tavern where Jones and Zabuza are meeting. 7 damage, what the fuck? Don't you roll his d6 for that? And that's extra edgy. Exactly. +1. Because I cut myself on my own edge. So Wanderer finally catches up to them, and they get into an argument, and it involved drugs and thinking I could fit in small places. Ah, unfortunate. Excuse me. For some reason, they decided to get into a duel. And Jones is just ordering a pint of mead and watching this go on. Like, his guide is about to get in a fight with this absolute edgelord. He's just, this is fine. Now, there was a town guard in the bar, told them to go outside, and they're still causing, like, a ruckus outdoors, like they're disrupting the public. So the guard takes their heads and smacks them together. Yes, he's taking a corporeal ghost's head and smashing it into the head of a barbarian. He's just a big dude. And knocks the both of them out. And he turns to Jones and says, you help me carry these two to jail? I'm like, okay. So Jones picks up one of them, I think it was Zabuza, takes him off to jail. When they wake up in the cell, Jones was left with the keys. They're still arguing with each other. So Jones still just doesn't give a shit about anything, and decides to leave the keys on the floor between their cells where like they could reach through and grab them, and just lets them figure out getting out themselves. And then leaves again for the tavern. They let each other out. They go back to the tavern, and Jones got a free drink from the guard captain for helping him carry the two of them to jail. Wanderer tries to get Jones to go on the Hobgoblin quest. There's a quest to deal with some hobgoblins in the next town over. And Zabuza follows along to make some money. They get the quest, and they walk to the next town, Karpor. Now, realize that Rose and Stroheim have not met the party yet. Like, the other three. These three are separate from the other two right now. Haven't met yet. Alright? So, at night, halfway to Karpor, the group makes camp. Undead trance and get up early, right? Because undead players were, like me and Wanderer, were only had to sleep for 4 hours to get a full rest, which was awesome. Zabuza wakes in the morning, continue, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, Zabuza, we had to fight 2 giant toads. Zabuza decided he was going to keep trying to run and swing at them with his great sword, and kept missing because he got covered in slime. I need some more music. Yeah, we'll just put this on. No, we'll put this one on. I want this one. I like Cinema more. YouTube, enough with the ads, please. Floodzone is love, Floodzone is life. Hello, Tegan. I am recounting my D&D adventures right now. I should change the name of the stream to that, probably, but oh well. So we get to the next town, and we get the quest from there, and that was the end of session 0. Session 1. As we get the quest, Stroheim and Rose come into the quest hall, or the guild hall. Stroheim's looking for a certain dwarf, in fact, was told he could find information here on it, and Rose was coming for the same job that we took, as she's on probation for burning down the barracks again, as happened in the last session, and asks to join the other 3. And Stroheim is told by the mayor that he's going to have to wait for the dwarf, so he just decides to join alongside Rose, because the two of them are in the same army, essentially. I'm half expecting to hear Hall of the Mountain King at this rate. You know what? This is actually a good time to put that on, because we're about to get our first real Zabuza moment. Let me get that up. Where's the Kevin MacLeod version so I don't get copyright? Okay. Yeah, that song kind of like really fits our entire campaign though. So, as we're leaving the quest hall, or the guild hall, whatever you want to call it, Zabuza decides, in his great genius, using all 2 of his brain cells, he's gonna punch out a window. No reason. He just says he wants to punch out a window. So he gets spotted by a guard. And the guard's like, hey, you gotta pay for that. Zabuza says, fuck that, I ain't paying for it. Gives the middle finger to the guard. he tries to walk away. And basically, the guard takes him to jail for the session. She creepypasta piano. Anyway, so he gets taken off to jail. We'll pause it for now because we'll come back to his dumbassery in a moment. Okay, Kyle. Yeah. So the rest of the group goes off to fight the hobgoblins in the woods, minus Zabuza, who's now being taken to jail. We go out, so the rest of the party's going out on the road to the woods. Party's in Stroheim's cart on the road to Le Havre. That was another town. Rose is trying not to set everything on fire with her lighter, and Stroheim tells her to stop. Jones tries to knock it out of her hand. I rolled a nat 1, and I missed completely and fell on my face in the cart. Rose notices a golden glow from within my ribs, and that's where I hide a lot of my important stuff because I'm undead again. It's in my rib cage. And Jones explains the whole deal with Rakdos, the god of chaos, how I had to steal the bowstring and give it to Rakdos as payment so I could stay on the top side. Stroheim has a mechanical owl. He lets it fly around in the sky. He can make out 4 to 5 moving bodies in the woods. And then we move into the woods and we attack hobgoblins. Let's see if there's any particular attacks of note or moments of noteworthiness in the campaign, the combat. Oh yeah, Jones on the first turn, and this is going to become a habit until the DM decides that I'm not allowed to have shadows or cover anymore. Jones does a surprise attack, gets a nat 20, and murders one of them in one hit. Rolled that one, therefore not only missed, but somehow put a second lighter in her hand. Yeah. So on the second turn of combat, on his very first action, Jones got a nat 20 surprise attack and just murders a man outright. Yep. Wanrir does his usual, and you're going to hear this a lot. Wanrir fires an Eldritch Blasts, but miss. Oathbreakers are great. Oathbreaker Paladin's so much fun. I love it. Then there was another low health hobgoblin. Jones runs over to it, uses Thunderous Smite. Again, we're starting at level 3. With advantage from Stroheim's hit, because he hit it with an axe, and murders the hobgoblin, launching the body 10 feet away. The last hobgoblin pulls out a horn and blows into it, then runs towards Wanrir and misses. Rose yells, "Good luck hitting a ghost, bitch." Wanrir pistol whips a bitch, because he was using like a mini crossbow. Did that ugly D&D game come out? I think it did, yeah. I'm pretty sure that was like expansion or something. I know what you're talking about. The one with like the face cam trailer. That was just awful. 4 more hobgoblins arrive stealthily. Oh yeah, Jones runs up to one and uses lay on hands, or rather lays his hands on a hobgoblin, just straight up dealing 15 damage. So I just pumped all of my points for the day into one hobgoblin. Oh yeah, Wanderer got hit in the back by the hobgoblin leader and then just disappears because he died. Okay, but did he backflip into 6 pistol shots which break reality and summon Mephisto? No, he did not, unfortunately. Jones is determined and whacks another enemy to death with his quarterstaff. Rose shoots at the same enemy again, this time killing him. Stroheim blocks a melee attack with his shield. An arrow whizzes by his head. The leader approaches and swings, but he uses his visceral surge to cover his entire front with his shield, protecting himself. Jones jumps in to help, and Divine smites the other melee, killing him. Rose jumps and crashes onto the leader for 29 damage. She was playing Dragoon, or rather, he was playing a female Dragoon. and knocks him prone, allowing Stroheim to follow up with an axe acid attack for the finish. That was on the leader, I believe. We try to chase the last hobgoblin, but he gets away. The captain had extremely light plate mail, which turned out to be mithril half-plate mail. This was the biggest mistake the DM made for me, because I got my hands on it, and now I'm a stealthy as shit bugbear who's wearing medium armor, I believe, and don't get disadvantage on stealth. But I still get advantage because I'm a fucking bugbear with sneaky. This is going to become pivotal in future combats. Party just finds a bunch of other crap. We get a great sword from the leader, and Stroheim takes it to give it to Zabuza. Find 40 gold and split it all together. And then we just head back to town. Now, let's tune back into what Zabuza was doing during combat. Zabuza's in jail. And instead of being a compliant and good prisoner, Zabuza breaks out of his manacles in the prison cell, in the jail cell, and the guards hear him smash. He breaks out of his cell and headbutts a guard to knock one out, but then is knocked out, dogpiled on by the entire guardhouse, and then chained up until we come back to get him out. This was not the DM checking in on him. Zabuza asked if the DM would tune in on him because he wanted to do this. You should have left and brought him in that cell. We finish up the bounty after getting
for me, creativity starts with
shut up, you two. Just keep throwing me off. We finish up the bounty, go get Zabuza out of jail. Let's be honest, this is king shit. Listen, it's about to become not king shit in the next session. It is absolutely base player. No. Oh yeah, Rakdos sighs, recognizing the voice of Jones sighs, recognizing the voice of Rakdos and the screams of the damned, then goes to the town church and notices everybody running out of there screaming in horror as Wanbeer comes out because he got revived for dying in the first full party combat. Oh yeah, he got drop kicked out of the church. Sorry. So the party is told to head to Le Havre so they can make their way south to where the hobgoblins lie because there's maybe more of them. And that's this. The south may be where they're coming from because it's like their land. And they're not usually used to coming up. Full party combat. Minus Zabuza, sorry. We're going to get a full party combat in the next session, and you will see what happens then. Yeah. So we're told to go to Le Havre because then from there we can go south towards Hobgoblin territory and see what's going on. However, someone is looking for Stroheim, a blonde little girl in a soldier outfit. Stroheim seems annoyed about this because this is one of the DM's just fun little, I'm going to pluck this intellectual property and chuck it in the campaign for fun, and no one really gave a shit. His commander is none other than Tanya de Gorchov. Yes, Tanya the Evil. Yes, Lolly Hitler. Session 2. Real Session 2. Stroheim offers the party a ride to Le Havre. The mayor lets the group know that's about a day and a half there. They stock up. Make their way to Le Havre. On the road there, a very heavy fog covers the path as the party leaves the forest, but the path itself is clear. The group arrives in a rundown fishing town, Le Havre. There are wooden shacks, some looking run down. Stroheim lets us off as a soldier takes him away for his own duty. So Stroheim was missing for this one. So I forgot, this is also not a full party combat. Shit. Jones tries to ask about getting a barge so they can travel down the river to the south, but he's ignored at first. When he tries asking again, one of the fishermen screeches at him to leave them alone. We're kind of like, okay, that's weird. One guard approaches the group to inform them that the barge is currently out of service as they are searching for a missing person. The group is then told that the detective could inform them better. Also, I should mention, this is the DM's first time DMing. This is also a homebrew campaign, and it was just kind of thrown together as it came along, but it was still like a lot of fun. Like, we've really enjoyed it. It was just kind of, let's play D&D, basically. So there's going to be some elements pulled from different properties. The group is then told that the detective could inform them better. Zabuza calls the guard that just helped us, told us about what the deal was with the town, and informed us that the barge is out and who to talk to for more information, a milk drinker. To which the guard places a sword under his throat and tells him to keep quiet and follow him. Zabuza feels like he's attracting many angry stares, as he rightfully should feel. Down on the harbor, Rose goes to the investigator and introduces herself, offering help. The detective accepts the offer and leads the group into the second floor of a nearby building. One guy is rocking in a corner crying, mumbling something. Another is standing in the middle of the room. There is a hole in the wall that's broken from the inside, and there's a blood trail leading to it. I, as Jones, cast Detect Evil and Good. I immediately sense that there's a completely evil feeling in the town. The mumbling man's language cannot be recognized, not even by Wanrir. I forgot he changed his name from Warwick, which is nearly the League of Legends character, to Wanrir. To Wanrir's knowledge of infernal or abyssal. It is neither of those languages. Look, my campaign is unashamedly stolen from every IP. Look, every DM does it. It's fine. It's fine. So, the people investigating the scene say that some people in the inn might have recognized the language. So Jones is like, I'm going to go to the inn and I'll take a look around and ask some people, see what's going on. And Zabuza says, I'll go with him. Internally, I am screaming, fiddlesticks. But there's no real reason for me to say no. So we go to the tavern. We get to the tavern, just the two of us, and Zabuza kicks down the front door and starts yelling and blatantly asking about the language and wanting some fucking answers from everyone. Fossatelli campaigns are just Hill Street Blues episodes. So Zabuza bursts down the door, wants some fucking answers, and is like threatening everybody. Remember how everybody in the town is like super sus and aggressive right now? He gets about 6 mini crossbows drawn on him. Half of them fire. 4 of them draw on him and hit him for 20 damage. That's about half of his health. As 2 of them reload, Zabuza decides he's not going to back down. Instead, he's going to draw his greatsword. And they keep aiming the crossbows, and I am out of character at this point, fucking tired of this. So I turn to the DM and I say, Jones still wants information. I'm not doing this. Command! And I shout, stop! He has to make a wisdom save to see if he fails the save against my command. He rolls his d20, he rolls a fucking nat 1, and he sits his ass on the floor. Ugh! He made me waste a fucking spell slot at 3rd level because he wants to fight an entire inn. Anyways, he fails the save, obviously, because he rolled a nat 1, for God's sakes. And he nearly falls over, like he's frozen on the spot. Like, he completely frozen, cannot act for like 5 minutes. Jones walks in. This dude has a serious case of plot armor delusion. Buddy boy, just wait, that's not even the worst thing he did. Hello, Arjanoa, how you doing? I saw that you were streaming BD2 for a bit there. We're reading D&D. I'm going to just change the name of the stream. Hold on. Oops. There. I changed the name of the stream so it's more appropriate. Okay. So, Zabuza's frozen. Jones has to somehow defuse the situation that this player has just created. So Jones walks in, and because the aggressive one, I'm expecting him to try and punch the little head of the Adventurers Guild in the face at this point. Just wait. I hope everyone here is having a good evening. Yeah, we're having a good time, sort of. I have to give myself psychic damage because I have to remember Zabuza the Barbarian, but other than that, I'm doing fine. So because the aggressive one of the two of us is frozen now, some of the patrons put away their crossbows. Jones walks in is like, if anybody... Jones walks in is like, so, anyway... Does everyone know about the fucked up shit the guy is speaking about in that building? I can't make it out. It sounds like he's mumbling or something. I try to pass it off as a joke to get the patrons, kind of relaxed. And that's enough to make some people at the bar laugh amusedly, and it kind of like de-escalates the situation. The barkeep takes Jones out to the back to give him some information. The barkeep explains that he thinks that this language may be deep speech or primordial, possibly. So Jones goes to leave the tavern after getting the information, then spins on his heel and re-enters and orders 2 pints because he's thirsty as shit after screaming at the top of his lungs. Meanwhile, over in the house that's being investigated, Rose decides to investigate the hole in the wall, and the hole was apparently caused by a human jumping out of the 2nd floor. They did an investigation check and noticed some certain things. But the hole is bigger than a person. There's a trail of blood leading off from the building, which fades away on the way to some buildings on the dock. Again, this is a town on a river. Rose asks the guy in the center of the room that they're investigating, I'll call it the blood house, why not? The guy in the center of the blood house says that they found a guy in a boat on the wharf, so they took him in so they could wake him up. When he did awake, he was speaking a terrible language and acting hysterical before running and smashing through the wall, but not before getting shot by a crossbow and disappearing. So that's how the hole was caused. The crazy speaking person was named Thawmorton, and the one chasing him through town was Innsmouth. This is based on some kind of game, I think. What was it called? I forget. It was something Lovecraftian, is what it was based on. City on the Water, The Sinking City. The Sinking City is what this was based on, apparently. I don't know what it is, so it didn't really matter to me at the time. Rose asked the head investigator if he searched the buildings near where the trail ends, but he was more concerned with the chanter, that weird guy talking the weird language. Rose gets the feeling that the Thawmortons and Innsmouth fighting this town is a common occurrence. Then she learns that the buildings on the dock are general fishing warehouses. Zabuza gives the buildings a look. They appear to be fishing warehouses. Finally, the first smart thing he did, investigating the warehouses. He goes into one on the left. He finds the word Innsmouth on the side of the building, but finds nothing strange inside. He goes to the potion shop to heal. He doesn't buy any potions or heal. Jones arrives and tells the detective and Rose that the barkeep said the language could be deep throat or primordial. I don't remember what the fuck he said. Jones tries to get the Chanter's attention, but nothing works. Rose checks for a curse, but there's no magic affliction. Jones then asks to see the boat the man came in on, and they're led to it. I'm going to skip forward a bit because this is just kind of boring. There's a man on the beach who seems to have money, and by that we mean he's dressed very fancifully. Zabuza tries to ask him questions, but the man says he already told the detective everything, so he's just kind of like brushing him off. We need a Dungeons & Dragons Final Fantasy game. I'm sure there's lots of homebrew for it. Your cousin, Throckmorton. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of homebrew stuff for that, Louis. But anyway, Zabuza tries to ask the rich man. He just kind of brushes him off. Like, I already told the detective everything. Now go away. Zabuza calls him an a-hole, and crossbows are drawn on him yet again. Jones just asks for the man's identity, and he says he is the heretical man's father. Okay. So now Rose and Jones investigate another warehouse that's rumored to have a secret freezer room. They eventually find the secret freezer room, and when they go inside, there is a hanging body of a Throckmorton with the description of the heretical man. So the heretical man is hanging in the freezer. Rose runs out to get the investigator, but he blows her off since he expected it. There's a whole FF6 ROM pack that remakes a person's D&D campaign in it. Nice. Jones just keeps investigating the body, and as they're investigating the body, the rest of the party, except for Jones, because he gets too distracted and fails the perception check, the rest of the party notices a door that's slightly ajar that leads underground in the freezer, another door. And they give chase as a person runs away from the door. So they run down, and they end up in a cavern. And within the cavern are about, let me see if I can remember, I think there's like 8 cultists, a cultist leader in the middle of the room on an altar doing a ritual, and 2 cools in the cavern. We are all level 3. The DM informed us that we were not supposed to beat this combat, and instead we're supposed to just run. We weren't supposed to fight it. But that didn't stop us. So combat begins. Jones isn't with the party because he got distracted with that. Rose tells Wanrear to go get Jones. And then she runs up to a cultist, swings her scythe, and kills him. Because the cultists are like really weak; they don't have much health. Then Zabuza gets to act. Zabuza uses rage and charges straight past every single one of the cultists, swinging his executioner's blade. He deals 16 damage to the leader and fails to kill him. Wanderer and Jones come back. The cultist leader turns around, and remember how Zabuza forgot to heal, or rather didn't bother? 2 cultists come up, stab him, the leader turns around, and as the DM describes it, bitch slaps him off the altar. He's unconscious on round fucking 1. So we're down a party member on the first round. Because this man thought he could go and Skyrim out on the boss. So Rose moves up right in front of Zabuza and uses a Crescent Strike to kill 2 more cultists because she's using a scythe, so it's got wide reach and can hit multiple things. Zabuza fails his first death save. Jones runs in screaming and throws a javelin. Oh yeah, I forgot Jones had javelins. He did pretty good with those. He instantly impaled and killed a cultist with it. They don't have much health either. The Fanatic tries to continue the ritual. Cultists surround the group. 2 daggers clash against Rose's armor and do nothing. She lifts 2 middle fingers and says under her breath, "Bitch." Another swings at Jones, hits, cracking a bone and doing 5 damage. Jones is taken aback slightly because it's the first time in the campaign he's actually been hit, then points at the cultist in response, "You're fucking dead." Wanrir actually hits an Eldritch Blast. I'm reading out like what I wrote down in my scribe notes now. Wanrir actually hits an Eldritch Blast on the closer cool, nat 20, and deals 17 damage to it. That's like one of the 3 Eldritch Blasts this man's going to hit in the entire campaign. The man had the accuracy of a stormtrooper. God. Rose swung at 2 more coolists, slayed them both. She used a medicine check to help stabilize Zabuza. The cools start moving in. Fanatic continues his death song. Jones stows his weapons, walks up to the 2 remaining cultists, and lays his hands on both, killing them instantly. So I just grabbed the 2 of them by the wrists and just poured necrotic damage into them instead of healing because I'm dead. That was one of my favorite kills in the campaign. I should put on like some combat music or something. Let's put on that song I was playing earlier. Just a second. This. Love that Clone Wars and Mando make so many references and jokes on how shit Stormtrooper accuracy is. Nice.
Come for the laughs, stay for the snacks. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
YouTube, please! I beg of you! Thank you. Alright, let's see how long it takes for the stream to get copyright straight. Alright. So, Wanderer continues to disappoint as he misses yet another Eldritch Blast. The Cools back off to defend the Fanatic, who's still singing the death song. Jones tells Rose to go after the one that's on the left. She activates her trance, then crashes down on the Cool for 12 damage. Jones storms up to the same Cool, then uses Divine Smite to smash it for 20 damage, killing it on the spot. The Fanatic summons another Cool, but the strain kills him. So the Fanatic is dead. So now we got 2 Cools left, and the party's not looking too hot. Wanderer, I gotta edit this and replace all the... Let me do a replace. There. Wanderer continues to disappoint as he misses yet another Eldritch Blast. Nope. Fanatic summons another Cool, but Strain kills him. Wanderer manages to miss a creature the size of the broadside of a barn. The back Cool approaches, knocking over a torch. The other Cool attacks Jones, grappling him and doing 14 damage, so I'm grappled and in the air now. Back Cool swings at Rose and misses, ending up prone. Rose calls him a bitch, quietly again, then passes initiative to Jones. So I was behind her in the order, but she's letting me go first. So Jones uses Inflict Wounds to deal 16 damage to the Cool, but I'm not free from the grasp. Rose dives the Cool, holding Jones, who cannot dodge due to grappling. The attack deals 17 damage to both of us, and she tosses a bottle of Alchemist Fire behind her at the other one, lighting it on fire and doing 1 damage. The brain-dead Cool slips and falls prone again. The fire deals 4 damage to it. The other attacks Rose and grapples her 2, dealing 11 damage. Jones then takes 10 damage and is knocked unconscious. Wanderer is fucking useless. That is the only note, because he missed another Eldritch Blast. Rose does an overhead swing at the Cool and misses. Then she throws another Alchemist Fire at the Cool and does 2 damage, igniting it. I roll a 1 and fail 2 of my death saves. The Cool drops me, though. The cool deals damage to Rose, leaving her at 5 HP. The brain dead cool does nothing. So we are like on the brink at this point. I'm unconscious. Wanderer can't hit a spell for shit. Rose is down to 5 HP. We are almost dead. Remember how I said, I've said this multiple times, Jones is undead. All healing with him is reversed. So he deals necrotic damage when he heals and is hurt by normal healing. Well, if we talked with the DM, and he allowed this to happen. So, Wanderer sprints up and uses Chill Touch on Jones, which is a necrotic damage spell, and it puts him to 7 HP. So Jones is back up and awake. He then gives Rose a health potion, healing her by enough. Rose swings and then slams her sight down to hit both of the cools, because it's within range, with a nat 20. That's why the DM allowed it. Dealing 22 damage to both. The grappling cool dies. Jones gets up slowly, looks at the health potion that Wanderer almost fed him, which would have definitely killed him, then manages a surprise attack and finishes off the last cool. We barely got through that combat with our lives, and it felt so fucking good when we finished it. Oh my god. That combat was so awesome. The ritual, though, unfortunately, was completed by the Fanatic. No one has any idea what it did other than summon the cool. When Zabuza wakes up, he takes the scimitar from one of the bodies. Jones uses his religion knowledge and gets the feeling that he would rather stick with the Rakdos than what these guys were up to. He does not want to see their plans come to fruition, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere too soon. And we received 2 level ups for that session, for that combat. Man, going back through that combat, that was intense. I forgot how good that combat was. I felt so bad that Stroheim wasn't there, but man, that was a tough one. What is the CR rating on a cool again? Challenge 4. Yeah, I think it was like a group of 4 level 3s. Yeah, cool is CR4. So I think like altogether, that entire encounter was like a CR 10 or 12, and it was 4 level 3s that managed to beat it. It was somewhere in that range, and we managed to beat it at level 3. It was, oh man, it felt so good. Yeah. I looked at it myself. Yeah, I just checked it too. Yeah. To be fair, 5e characters are pretty strong. That is true. That is true. But we came through. I'm going to put the Riggedy Jones image away for now. I think that's probably enough of the campaign reading for now, but I will read more of it another day, though. How's that sound? So keep your eyes out for Hangout streams, because I might read some more of the campaign in the future. Yeah. Is it 10:30? Nice, yeah. So that was the first, that was session 0 and the first 2 official sessions of that campaign. It gets way nuttier as the campaign goes on. There's some of the sessions start getting nicknames. I start recording quotable moments, like outside of combat or things that happen, just things that people said Like clickety. I just scrolled onto this one. Clickety clackety, riggedy, getting my sackety. So I start recording quotes like that. So stay tuned for those. They start getting titles like Session 17, Daggers Solve Everything. Session 18, This Party is Too Min-Maxed, aka Depression Session 2. There are 19 sessions total. If you include session 0, then 20. But there's 20 sessions that I could read through. Some of them would definitely take up a lot more of a stream, so there might be like some that I would only read one entire session for a stream, because there's some long ones. There's one combat that we had to do over two games, because it was insane how long that one was. But yeah, I'll end with some more. I guess I'll like end the D&D portion of the stream with a little bit of out of game stuff. So after that combat, I should drink coffee so I can be awake for Pathfinder. Yeah. So before I move on to do something else, actually, just one sec. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay. So the outer game stuff. So after that combat, you know, we basically ended the session there. That was a good spot to call it. Now, Zabuza's player wasn't part of our Discord because he didn't have it and just didn't get it. Which is annoying because we couldn't plan, you know, play sessions that easily. Like somebody would have to get in touch with them, so we'd try to get the store owner to contact them. And after that session, we got together in the Discord and we discussed, what are we going to do about Zabuza? Like, this is getting out of control. Like, it's having him in the party was us spending more time fixing his mistakes than playing D&D. That's what it was turning into. And no one liked it. No one wanted to deal with it. So we decided the next session, which we did at the start of the session, we had a little intervention for a moment. We said, hey, you know, we can't be motor hoboing. It's you know, unproductive to the party in general, and it makes it really, really hard for the rest of the players to enjoy their time. You know, we don't want to spend as much time fixing problems instead of playing D&D. So we brought it up. He seemed to understand, but as you would see in a later part, he still kind of didn't get it. He was still doing some of the same stuff. So we talked to the store owner, and he was eventually like a position opened up in another game anyway, and he moved over there, and he left our game. So Zabuza is going to leave the story eventually, and I hope he was enjoying that game. I hope he got what he wanted out of D&D in that other game, and we just got to keep enjoying our campaign. So that's that. For anyone who wants to know where Zabuza goes before the next time I read the scribe book, that's what went down. Yeah. Oh. Man. Oh. So what did you guys think of that? Would you want another stream or just sit down and read through the scribe book sometime? Through my notes. That'd be a fun thing to do. $10:36. Let's get a little bit of action going on the stream. I'll play like a stream with Red learning Floodstone. Fuck off. I hate that fucking map. I know the map layout. I just hate it. Ugh. Gross map. Gross map. I hate navigating that map. I'll do an ARAM. That should take us to top of the hour, and then might call it for the night there. Maybe if I'm feeling up to it, I will show off the Heaven's Ward intro for the review. Okay, got my coffee. Nice. I found a TDM server that runs stages that are not vanilla. Nice. Yeah, I'd be interested in more D&D stream stories. Okay. Nauseous. I'm not good at Nauseous. Wow. Better than Gragas, I guess. Okay. Anyone else with reroll? We have a lot of AP on this team. I'll play Vladimir, why not? That. Put that. Alright, game's loading, just give me a minute. Yeah. So next week, what I want to do is hopefully this weekend, if I get enough, if I focus hard enough, I want to edit Heaven's Ward this weekend. The review for it, because there's not really an excuse for why. I just never got around to it. Well, the last 2 weeks have been busy with school and whatnot, but this weekend is like a good time for me to get it done. And then next week there's going to be a special stream on Thursday, probably. Is it changing over my screen at all? Uh-oh. It's not loading my stream on my phone. How am I supposed to read comments? Ah! Come on. Holy crap. If anyone's talking in chat, I won't be able to respond for a minute because my only method of seeing chat is not connecting to the internet. Not good. I'm not going to do great. I don't play a lot of Vladimir, but we'll see. Report, please. What? Oh, there you go. Hold on. Call me Caucasian and left. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. That's close. Gonna pop out. Night Red. Alright, see you later, Hydra. Oh god, League. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing a League until we hit the top of the hour. I'm gonna die. Oh, they got a Samira. Oh, okay, cool. I get 2 assists. That's good. I'm still watching chat, so if people got questions or anything they want to say, put them in the chat and I'm watching. I am good at multitasking. If I'm in the middle of a fight, I won't be answering, of course, but I'll be checking the chat pretty regularly. Woo! Okay, there we go. That worked. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay. Oh, oh. Okay. Oh, shoot. It's lagging for me now, so I'll hop off. Alright, see you later. Yeah, the internet's probably kind of poopy. University's having a hard time keeping up. Alright, good stuff, good stuff. Man, I wish I could show off the thing in Minecraft I'm working on, but since it's for that one person, I don't know if I'd be able to. What the fuck? Oh, nice. Fucking ping. Just decided to shit the bed. The stream's just lagging like hell. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna call it here and finish off my game. I'll probably go play Minecraft. So I'm gonna call the stream here because this is like unwatchable for you guys. Unless you guys want, someone in chat wants me to finish it. So. No, the Graves came back. Doesn't help when they got 3 ADCs. Uh-oh, I'm gonna die.